So I have to admit, I'm pretty excited about today's product review. This behemoth next to me is the Explorer 1500 by Jackery. For folks who like to get off the grid, or for folks preparing for the next zombie apocalypse, the Explorer 1500 promises 1800 watts of raw portable power. And it has several unique features that make it different than a lot of other solar generators or power generators on the market. So join me, Matt Hall, with the Make Use Of Product Reviews team as we take a closer look at the Explorer 1500 by Jackery. So first, I would like to thank Jackery for sending the Explorer 1500 along for this review. In addition to this unit, they also sent 4 Solar Saga 100-watt solar panels. We're really not going to touch too much on the solar panels today. We'll talk a little bit about their functionality, but the primary purpose of this review today is to review the Explorer 1500. Also, I should note that even though Jackery provided both the Explorer 1500 and the solar panels to us for this review, that will not influence this review in any way. So what's in the box? Well, in addition to the Explorer 1500 unit itself, you also get this gigantic power brick. I'm not joking, it is just a simply massive power brick. You'll also get 2 solar panel adapters. These allow your solar panels to be connected in series. You also get this lovely 12-volt car adapter that allows you to charge the Explorer 1500 unit with your vehicle. You get this neoprene pouch. Feels like it's made out of like wetsuit material. It's actually a pretty nice pouch for storing all your cables and accessories and whatnot into. And finally, you'll get all the pertinent information about the warranty, the owner's guide, extending the warranty, all of that kind of fun stuff. So let's talk technical specifications. Now, Jackery says that the size on this unit is 14 inches across the face, 10.4 inches in depth, and 12.7 inches in height. There are 2 DC inputs on the face of the unit. Now, I should note these are non-Anderson inputs. They support 48 volts AC at 6.25 amps. The unit itself will support 12 to 51 volts and up to 600 watts max input. The Explorer 1500 also offers an LCD display screen. There is a USB-C port on here. There is a quick charge USB 3.0 that supports the Qualcomm standard, and there's a standard USB-A port, 5 volt, 2.4 amps. There's also a 12 volt, 10 amp DC out. Warranty time for the unit is 24 months. And the cost for the unit alone, just for the Explorer 1500, is $15.99 US. As tested, the cost would be $26.99. Now that includes the Explorer 1500 as well as 4 Solar Saga 100-watt solar panels. So what's unique about the Explorer 1500 series by Jackery? Well, the first has to be the battery capacity. So 1,488 watt hours, and that is with lithium-ion 18650 cells. They're rated at 36 volts and 41.3 amp hours. Battery life on this unit is estimated to be about 800 cycles, which means you could run this solar generator from full charge to 0 every single day for a little over 2 years without having to worry about the battery being completely dead. Now, it also offers a battery management system, which is going to give you overvoltage protection and short circuit protection. One of the great things about the battery management system on here is you can just plug the Explorer 1500 into the wall and just forget about it. So it's not going to overcharge, you're not going to have to worry about short circuiting, anything like that. And if you do have some sort of natural disaster, some sort of event where you need power, you can just unplug the unit from the wall and you should have full charge. Very, very low maintenance, absolutely nothing you have to do on this. Just plug it in and forget about it. In addition to the capacity, there's also the gigantic 1800 watt continuous power. And Jackery estimates that this unit will allow you to power up to 85% of all household devices. And this includes high wattage devices like your hair dryers, your toasters, your microwaves, things like that. The all-in-one design of the unit is safer than a gas generator. You don't have to worry about putting gas in this, and it's also a lot less noisy. There are a number of different ways you can recharge the Explorer 1500. You can use the solar panels to do that. You can use the 12-volt car charger, or you can use the AC adapter. Now, with the standard single AC adapter to recharge this unit, it takes about 6 hours. Jackery also states that if you wanted to purchase a second adapter for the AC, you could do that, and plugging both of them into the wall, plugging both of them into the power inputs would give you a charge time of about 2 hours to get to 80%. So it's a really fast way to charge this unit up. If you're looking to fast charge this, a second AC adapter may be worth your investment. As for the solar panels, using 2 Solar Saga 100-watt solar panels will recharge this unit in about 9.5 hours. If you have a full set of 4 solar panels, then the charge time reduces to about 5 hours roughly. The slowest recharge time here is going to be for the car charger, the 12-volt car charger. That takes about 13 hours of continuous power in order to be able to charge this from 0 to full. But that's an excellent option for top-ups if you have like a long 2 or 3 or 4 hour trip going and you wanted to plug this in rather than use a solar panel or be stationary at an AC adapter for a little while. You could charge this while you're on the move. Another great feature of the Explorer 1500 is going to be pass-through charging. Now, I want to just mention that Jackery does not recommend you do this for an extended period of time because it can wear out the batteries. But if you need to charge up your cell phone or your tablet or your iPad or something like that while you're charging the unit itself, you can do that. So you'd hook up the solar panels and then you'd plug directly in, and you can get that pass-through charging. So who is the Explorer 1500 for? Now, the way I see it, there are 2 types of consumers for the Jackery Explorer 1500. Now, the first is going to be the folks who want to use this unit as an emergency generator for power outages, storms, natural disasters, things like that. If you've considered a gas generator in the past, the Explorer 1500 has a couple of advantages over a gas generator. You can also leave this plugged in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's not going to damage the battery. By putting the solar panels outside, as long as you have access to the sun, you can recharge this unit. The other audience for something like this is going to be those folks who like to go off grid. Now, you can tell this by Jackery's motto, which is power outdoors. This primarily is aimed at those folks. So if you've wanted to get off grid, but the idea of not having a stable power source is something that's been holding you back, then this is a perfect solution to that. This unit is also helpful for someone like me. I have to power my cameras, my lights, my microphones, my computers, laptops, tablets, all that kind of stuff. So for me, keeping one of these in the truck is beneficial. If I'm on location and doing some filming, then I have power available if my batteries run out in my camera, or if I need to plug my lights in, things like that. Another potential use would be taking this unit on like a job site. Would I use it to do commercial construction? Probably not, but if you have like a weekend project, then this unit would be perfect for something of that nature. So on Jackery's website, there are a number of appliances and some suggested run times when powered by the Explorer 1500. Now, I wanted to put some of these appliances to the test, so I lined up a toaster, a blender, a refrigerator, and a teapot. I was specifically concerned with higher wattage devices, things that use a lot of initial power and a lot of continuous running power. Those are going to be the devices that drain the Jackery fastest, so I wanted to see how it would fare if I did things like boil a standard kettle worth of water for tea, or if I tried to make toast. Now, I did record the results of some of these tests, so I wanted to share those with you now. One of the things that people are going to ask about is whether or not the Jackery Explorer 1500 can power things like a campsite refrigerator. Unfortunately, I don't have a campsite refrigerator, so I'm going to use the next best thing. Behind me is my refrigerator, and I'm going to see what kind of wattage we can get and what kind of time the Jackery will estimate to run this device at full power. So you can see after plugging into the fridge, I'm getting about 237 output watts. Now I have here a 1000-watt Ninja blender, a 1200-watt Black & Decker toaster, and a 1000-watt Bonavita tea kettle. We're going to plug each one of these in and see exactly how the power output is for the Jackery. So we're going to test the Black & Decker toaster first, just because it has the highest wattage of the 3 appliances. It's a 1200 watt Black & Decker toaster. Since we've got the AC plugs on, we'll also see that the display comes up whenever you press the button. We'll plug our toaster in, and we will watch the output. Now with the Bonavita kettle, it's currently taking about, output is about 844 watts, and the Jackery is stating that it can keep this power output up for about 1.6 hours. And there you have it, the tea kettle is finished boiling. Unfortunately, that took the percentage of charge down to about 90% from 97, so it did use a lot of power in order to be able to boil that water. Something to think about if you're on the road and you're using one of these electric tea kettles. The Jackery will work just fine to power it, but it will also take a significant amount of charge. And last but not least, we have our 1000 watt blender. So there you go. All 3 of these appliances would work great if you were to just use the Jackery. It is a perfect little power station for camping or going off the grid for a little while and still having all the power you need for some of the at-home conveniences. So what's to love about the Jackery Explorer 1500 series? Truthfully, there's a lot to love here. The giant battery, the 1800 watts of continuous power, the ability to power multiple household appliances, the wide range of ports on it, both output and input. All of those things are fantastic things. The LCD on this unit is also great. The ability to see your input and your output wattage, as well as judge about how long you're going to be able to use a specific device, all of that is really nicely done. It's clear to me that Jackery put a lot of time and a lot of effort into this particular unit. Build quality on this one is also very nice. It's a very durable looking unit. Nothing feels cheap on it. All of the cabling, all of the plastics, everything that comes in this box feels like it is a high quality product that's meant to last for years. Based on my testing, I think the Jackery Explorer 1500 is going to be a permanent part of my on-the-road setup. It's an excellent unit, and I'm very, very happy with it. I love the solar capabilities. The solar charging is awesome. It's nice to know that if you are on the road and you have the Jackery as well as the solar panels or any of the adapters, that you can charge this up without any kind of hitches or any kind of problems. So what is not to love about the Jackery Explorer 1500? There are really only 3 things that I want to address here. The first is the fan on the unit is a little bit noisy. It comes in around 56 to 60 decibels. It's not a problem for me for the most part, as long as the noise of the fan isn't picked up by like a microphone while I'm filming or something like that, then it doesn't really create that much of an issue. But just know the fan is a little bit louder than some of the other units that are on the market today. In addition to the noise of the fan, it is ultra portable, but it is by no means light. 33 pounds is going to be a pretty decent weight to carry around. It's not a problem once you load it into a vehicle, but if you're lugging this thing up and down flights of stairs, if you're lugging it into and out of different vehicles, if you're walking to and from remote campsites, that 33 pounds gets heavy pretty quickly. The lack of Anderson connectors on this unit may present a problem for folks who are trying to use their previous collection of solar panels with the Explorer 1500. In that case, you'll have to purchase an adapter. They're really not that expensive. You know, 20 bucks is nothing when you're spending $1,500 or $2,700 on a unit such as this. And that brings me to my final point. I know I said 3 things, but really the last portion of this is the cost. The Explorer 1500 is about $1,599 by itself. When you couple it with a full set of solar panels, you can add about $1,100 to that cost. Coming in at $2,699, it is a relatively expensive unit. Personally, for me, I think that the Jackery Explorer 1500 is well worth the cost. I think adding the 4 solar panels in there, also well worth the cost. And I plan on getting a lot of use out of this unit over the next few years. So if you'd like to read our full review on the Jackery Explorer 1500, please visit us at makeuseof.com, where we not only provide product reviews, but we also provide buyer's guides, how-tos, and answers to all of your technology-related questions. Now for makeuseof.com, my name is Matt Hall. I appreciate you watching today, and we will see you in the next one.